Coach, how was the success the defense was having by the end of the season in the bowl game? How have they been? Have they been able to carry that over into spring football? Do you feel like they're building on that success?
I think some guys are. We kind of have to go back a little bit for the new JC guys, the redshirt freshmen. We're trying to get everybody the mix, but they certainly have a baseline that they're working off of, and we can go forward. We're probably not where we were at the end of the season because there's a lot of good football players that played a lot of football out there for us, but we certainly are a lot farther along at this point in the spring than we were last spring, and we've got a long way to go, but that's nice to have some guys out there that know the defense.
At what point of last season did you feel like the team was starting to, the defense in particular, was starting to react and play instinctively and not think so much?
Well, I think there were certain times early in the season, but it probably got going a little bit right at Oregon. After Oregon, the Stanford game was that. I mean, they really took to the package in the Stanford game, and we really played hard football. We didn't play great football all the time, but our guys played really hard. They started to get that part of it, and that's with Alex and the defense. The first thing is great effort. Great effort can hide a lot of things, and they started to get that part of it when they knew finally that they could win those close games, and then we had a good run there towards the end.
One of the loudest, probably most respected voices on the defense was one of your guys last year, Jeremiah. How do you replace that?
Well, I don't know if you ever replace your leaders each year. New guys come along, but each one of them has a different personality. Some are louder than others. Some do it with action. Some are just, Destiny Vial is one of the best leaders I've ever been around. I hardly ever heard him raise his voice. So there's all different kinds there, and you're constantly, as a defensive staff and as a full staff, talking about that with your players, trying to find the guys and what their certain roles in the leadership of the team are, and you're always trying to cultivate that as you go. And each group has their own group. Sometimes coaches have to do it. It's a never-changing thing for us.
What are you seeing at that will spot vacated by Jeremiah from Frankie, and what can he still improve on?
Well, I see Frankie, and Frankie's got to learn the defense. We've talked about Frankie had a great bowl game. He had 4 weeks to prepare for that game. What we've got to get with Frankie is he's got to be able to prepare for a game in 3 days and know the package and be able to do what he did in the bowl game. The bowl game, all those kids that got to play in that game had 4 weeks of practice for that team. You don't get that during the year. So, we're pushing him hard. We're putting in all of our stuff right now, making him learn and seeing if he can pick it up really fast. Paris Taylor's got a chance at that job. Nate DeRuyter's doing some nice things. We got some JC guys coming in. We got a high school guy, so that's going to be a battle royal really at the will position. And we got 3 guys at the mic that have played football for us. So we're going to have a good amount of competition. We'll see who shakes out here by the first game, but we got a lot of time before that happens.